Author Damian Sheridan's speculative fiction has been published by Pill Hill Press, Embry Press, Flatiron Press, Sam Scott's Publishing, and locally in the City Pages. He is currently working on a limited graphic novella series titled In the Valley of the Shadow. Would you please welcome Damian Sheridan up to the stage?
Thank you. All right, well, I've been working on this short story, tentatively titled Empire of the Smoke. The coals glowed mellow in the smokehouse behind the Starlight Inn. A ribbon of Allegheny County road slipped right through the midst of Erskine, North Carolina. Starlight's glowing signage poised to entice road traffic despite the hour of night. Even in broad daylight, though, this town was not what it once had been. Starlight was one of the singular things that still drew people to Erskine. Norval Stokes went to the walk-in freezer to retrieve the carcass. Waxy and white, pink around the edges. After a day in the smoke room, bear little resemblance to the dead quarter-ton he wrestled into the wheelbarrow, laying a battered and soot-stained snow shovel over the top of the body. Norville wheeled the whole folderol toward the grimy smokehouse doors. Throwing the latch and kicking the door in with a booted foot, he nosed the overburdened wheelbarrow into the hot, misty smoke billowing from the low building. Checking to make sure the coal bed laid out beneath the grate was up to snuff, he finessed the glowing embers with that old snow shovel. Satisfied, he dropped the grate with a clang and rolled the carcass onto its back over the coals. He rubbed his walnut-shaded forehead with a handkerchief he slipped back in the back pocket of overalls that were almost gunmetal gray. Just able to make out tomorrow's breakfast hogs, laying splayed on their grates like campers in their bunks for the night. Their skin tightened, jowls pulled back like a knowing smile. Their skin the color of fresh brewed tea. Norval patted the hog carcass he had just bedded down on its hands. You'll get there too soon, old son. By dinner time tomorrow, you'll have laid on these coals long enough to be perfect. Then we'll peel back the skin, grill it on both sides, turning it until your skin firms up, becomes crisp and translucent like bubbled glass. Meanwhile, your meat will be sliced up fine with cleavers on the butcher block in the Starlight's kitchen. Apple cider vinegar, pepper flakes, a bit of sugar, a bit of salt, tossed over the whole with a flick of the wrist like we're sowing seeds for a bumper crop. After that, we take the cleavers to that crackling skin, shatter into delicious bits. Those little bits, they get stirred right in the rest of the pork. That's what barbecue is. You're gonna taste like sliced up heaven. Someone cleared their throat. A wet work of ice slithered down Norval's spine. The smokehouse suddenly seemed very small indeed. Who's in here? Norval called in the steamy smoke. Someone coalesced out of the smoke, a little bit at a time. A man in ornate robes down to slippered feet. An ornate hat or headdress that he wore like a crowned king in Egypt took shape from the steam. His eyes loomed forward from the smoke, wide and very intense, and a little bulging. Long, slender mustaches and a pointed beard framed his ruddy face. Norval was just about ready to panic when he noticed a second figure in a much simpler black tunic and loose-fitting pants fussing around the ornate man, stopping to rub out the knots in his back and massage his feet through their slippers. Still, this man was imposing enough, and so Norval resisted the urge to smile. What about a glaze? The imposing stranger asked. What do you mean by a glaze, mister? A nice orange or tangerine glaze or a spice rub. Some chili garlic sauce or ginger sesame oil would do the trick. Now it was Norval's turn to look imperious. That, sir, is not barbecue. You are a very pompous man, the stranger declared. When it comes to barbecue, I know more than most what I'm talking about. I am the pit man of this here North Carolina barbecue joint. My father was a pit man at a barbecue joint before that. And my granddaddy, back when they still called the men working these smokehouses boys, despite any degradation they may have suffered, or that I made in my time, when someone bites into the hogs that have roasted out here, that man has to acknowledge me is equal or better. Now, who are you to come into my smokehouse, and where are you from? I am one of the foreign ministers of hell, the Korean Quarter. And I must tell you, the aromas from your smokehouse are pleasing to both gods and men. So I have found myself here. But I say again that you are too intransigent with your recipes. There are such things that you could do. You could be doing with these hogs if you just changed up your spice palette just a bit. So you followed your nose all the way from hell. This is North Carolina. It's a short commute. I'll stop there.
I'm hungry now. Are you guys hungry? Are we in the right? Can we order some food? I don't know. So you can also see Damian around town. He does the open mics here in town. He's had stuff produced at Minnesota Fringe, so look for him there.